Good Thursday morning. How are you? Wow, everybody's up early in this house this morning. We're actually coming to you from the kitchen, and the reason for that is we're talking nutrition with you today. In fact, I had a woman about a month ago ask me to talk about healthier options for food. And in particular, she said something about yogurt and just dairy, things like that. Now, I want to stress this. I am not a dietitian. However, I have written several programs over 25 years for people who were wanting to make healthier choices. So that's what we're going to talk about today. And I look forward to anybody chiming in that maybe has a nutrition background, a dietitian background. I can just pass along things that I have been told by my rock star dietitians over the years that I've used for my clients. So it is 7:01 in the morning. We're kicking things off for you this morning. It's the Real Monica Adams podcast, and we are the mobile Monica version. We come to you live on Thursdays from my house. Sometimes I'm in my office. Sometimes I'm outside. I was actually going to go outside, but the sprinklers are already on this morning. My husband is up very early and making sure to take care of all the plants. Why do you want to do that in the early morning? Because it is going to be so hot. You never want to water right when it's the heat of the day. It's just they shrivel up, and sometimes they can get bacteria and mold. Don't know if you know that. Sometimes maybe in the future we'll bring on a horticulturist. We'll talk about taking care of your plants and your trees at your house. But yeah, you want to do it in the early morning or maybe very late in the evening. And my husband's out there. I love it. He got out there very early and got it started for us. But I was going to go out there. I would have gotten knocked by the sprinkler if I had gone out there this morning. So quickly switched and thought, I'm going to come to you from our kitchen. And I want you to go through. Maybe you grab things that are in your refrigerator and think, am I making the best choices? So we'll talk about that coming up in a handful of minutes. Just want you to get settled. I'm actually grabbing water today. No coffee or tea. You know, I don't drink coffee if you follow this show. But grab whatever you have and then sit down. Grab your journal if you are able to. If you're heading off to work, I wish you the best, safe travels to get there, and then maybe you take this in increments later in the day. And again, it's always a resource guide for you. Past shows, go back to those, the impactful ones. But you know what you have to do? Hopefully, you go back to the ones that maybe you weren't ready for, and you look back through the titles, and they affect your life today, where you are today, because we are ever evolving, right? We're always changing. We're going to talk about. Good morning. Just finished my watering outside. Yeah, Linda, got to get out there early. Let me look for you actually, because after leaving the news, I haven't paid attention. I mean, somebody was talking yesterday when I went to get my nails done about the Canadian smoke, and I was like, "Oh, is that what's out there?" I had no idea. Again, not turning on the news, and they were like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, you got to stay inside." Okay, well, good. Let me look at this for you though, because I was keeping an eye on my phone. So I just type in St. Louis weather. That's the most accurate for me today. I think it's supposed to be pretty hot. Yeah, it looks like 99. So be careful. Think about the elderly. Think about the animals. Make sure you're checking on the elderly, and make sure you're not trying to take those dogs out there in the heat of the day. That's what frustrates me. I do not walk my dogs when it's hot, nor do I walk my dogs when it's crazy cold and snow because of their pads. I know people say, oh, maybe you can put shoes on them. They don't like shoes. So they don't get walked unless it's very early morning. Get that activity done early, and for you as well. If you're a runner or a walker or a hiker or biker, you do not want to be out there in the hottest part of the day. So 99 degrees today and very low chance of precipitation. So understand that that could be a little dangerous. And I think the same applies for you tomorrow. So just be careful. And again, like I said, that smoke that they were talking that was out there, I guess Canadian wildfires, that has crept into our area. So a lot of people were saying it was hard to see downtown yesterday. Did you find that at your house as well? Good morning, Dennis Klunk. That's a new name. Dennis, are you new to the show? That's okay. Sorry, going off to work. No problem. That means later this show will be here for you. You can always come back to it. Leona, good morning from DePaul Orthopedic Floor. I'm now a real bionic woman with 2 new knees. Well, there you go. So Lindsay Wagner's got nothing on Leona Reed, evidently. For those of you that know about the Bionic Woman, Bionic Man. Good morning, Sean, to you as well. Yesterday we wrapped up the show and we did not get a chance to do the 100 things to do for well-being. So let's play catch up. Spend quality time with friends would have been yesterday. Do a digital detox. Oh, I remember when we were doing the 30 days to happiness. That was one day trying to as much as you possibly can to kind of detox from social media, etc., things that maybe aren't serving you the best. So the things that we've done so far, if you haven't had a chance to hear these, we're doing the 100 things to do for well-being. So we're mixing in a lot of things to make you healthier and happier. We're doing the 100 Days to Freedom books. We're doing 100 things to do for wellness. We're also doing the blueprint for value, and sometimes we do the 3-minute positivity journal. So mixing in a lot of resources for you, some tools. And if I'm actually looking, I sent an email to Jeff Kozatek, who wrote the book Blueprint for Value, trying to have Jeff on my show. He was on my Thursday night class about 2 or 3 months ago. And I thought, you know what? There's a lot of people that didn't get a chance to hear him. So let's have him on. Today, we're going to discuss, let's go into expectations. Yes, today will be expectations about Blueprint for Value. And then the 100 things to do for well-being. So if you want to just play catch up, it was to start a journal, which I talk about a lot, doing a good deed, maybe for somebody within your immediate family or just someone that you think is in need of that. Take a yoga class, just maybe sign yourself up or introduce yourself, or maybe go online, try to find someone that has some great reviews and you could trust. Spend quality time with friends and do a digital detox. Can you do that? Can your kids do that? Too often they are rushing around and just as soon as they come home, they want to get onto the computer, they want to get onto their phones, they're on their Xboxes. You know what? One parent had said, you really need to set boundaries for them and limit their time. I agree with that. It's 7:07, just doing our good mornings. Good morning, looking forward to this topic. All right, Kathy, yes, a lot of interaction when it comes to nutrition. Good morning, Stephanie. And good morning, Michelle is up and Adam, or she likes to say up and Adams. We're going to get into our topic. So go into your kitchen and maybe open that refrigerator and see what are the most unhealthy options that you're using in your food, not just for you, but for your entire family. Now, I'm going to give you some advice. I'm going to say it again. I am not a dietitian, nutritionist, but I have been around nutrition for a long time, 25 years of being in the health and fitness world. I've had a lot of rock star dietitians. If you need one, reach out to me because I have 2 that I think are incredible that I pass along to those that are really struggling and swearing that they're doing everything they're supposed to do, or for those who maybe want to know their blood panels, seeing if something's holding them back. That's something that I would recommend. In fact, our friends at Invita Health and Wellness can help you out with that. She actually writes a script for you to go and have those done, and then she takes care of you. And many times when people are struggling with their weight, and if I had the 100 Days to Freedom from Overeating, I would actually do that one today, because many times it is that mindless eating. But then when people take that conscious effort to change their life and they swear that everything's working against them, that's when I tell them, well, have you had your panels done? Like, are you deficient in something? If so, then maybe, once you are armed with that knowledge, then you can start adjusting things. Then you can say, that's the aha. That's why I've been held back for the extra 25, 50, 75, 100 pounds or more, even those last 10 pounds that you might be struggling with. Understand that if you've been trying to lose weight for a while and it started coming off and then you're stuck again, maybe you need to change things up a bit. Good morning. Stay cool. Exactly, Pam. Laura, good morning to you. Marilyn, I don't see a comment from Marilyn. Oh, there it is. Good morning, Monica. My icebox is cleared out as I transition to a new me. Since the retreat, Marilyn, you're down 14 pounds. Oh my gosh, I am so proud of you. Look, that's all it takes. Marilyn, can you start sharing some things that were aha moments for you? Because Marilyn came into my life just a handful of months ago. She popped into one of my classes that I was teaching one day. I saw her a couple times, and then she reached out to me. She and a couple of friends came to the retreat that we held about a month or so ago, and just getting the aha moments, taking in and absorbing in the mind, the soul, the physicality of it all. And just finally, it was time for Marilyn. I'm so proud of you. 14 pounds down. And again, that retreat was only about a month or a little over a month ago. So that's pretty incredible. What made you get the aha? Amy, good morning to you. Amy's been coming to a couple of my fitness classes as well. I know she's been struggling with wanting to get to that point in her life where she owns who she is and is happy with who she is, because really that's what we want for you. We want you to find that ultimate happiness. And then you don't have to be so worried and this is what I want to teach you today. You have to stop giving so much power to the food. That's what I see all too often in a lot of the life coaching. that I do. Let me bring this down for a second. A lot of the life coaching that I do, I find that people, they categorize their food and they say, oh, I can only have a little bit of that. I can't do that. And I said, "Well, but why? Like if you live your life healthy, you wake up with just this fervent energy, you get your water in, you set your mind, you do your meditation, your mindfulness in the morning, your appreciation, your intention. You're starting off again with a great mindset. And again, people will try to throw it off, but it's all up to you to put it back on schedule, and scheduling meaning back into the pattern of what will ultimately get you to your goals. All of your goals. I'm not just talking about nutrition goals. I'm talking about your workout goals. I'm talking about your relationship goals, your positive mindset goals. It is truly a constant. It's like you're in class every day. Think about that. Okay, that's an idea for you to think about when you were in school and you showed up, right? You had to, the bell rang and you had to be in class, or what would happen? Maybe you would be, you would get a little warning. You'd get what we used to get? A blue slip and then yellow slip, and you'd be sent to the principal's office. All these things, rules and regulations, they're there for structure. Okay, we need structure in our life. Understand that when we're talking about eating healthy, it is about structure, but it's not to say that you can't go out and have a drink with friends. It's not to say that you can't go out and have something that you would categorize as not being in the healthiest category. Nope, the more you actually eat well on a regular basis, the more you can, oh, okay, I'm going to get off a little bit for today, and maybe I'm going to have something that I would crave. If you don't give into the cravings, all you're doing, it's kind of like a kid. You keep a toy from a kid, they're going to do everything they can to try to get it. Okay, or a dog. You tell a dog they can't do something, and they'll continue to do it until they have it inherently in them to learn, oh, this is what I'm supposed to do. This is the structure I'm supposed to follow, right? But do you always give your kids peas and carrots and broccoli? No, you introduce them as a young age. Okay, here, let's give them some pizza. You have a school party or a party for a kid for their birthday. Are you going to have cupcakes, or you're going to have cake? Yes, but you'll have other things mixed in. That's a day. Is that how they're constantly eating? No, but understand that you give a little bit to them, but then you as the parent are the ones that are in control, right? They're not going to the grocery store. I always say when I see a young child and they're morbidly obese, that I have to take it back home. I'm sorry, but I have to take it back home to the parents and or whoever is their guardian, because their little minds are trying to absorb, but that absorbing should never stop. Even as an adult, you should always get into understanding that we should always be learning, always educating, and then learning from people who, I love chefs and cooks. I have such great admiration for them. I'm not big into baking. Baking I've always looked at as, okay, people have done cakes and pies, and not into all that, not into the sweets. If you have it in little increments and somebody makes it and you're like, wow, they're great, I'll taste it. My mom actually taught me that forever ago. We would go to Thanksgiving and my aunt would, make all these incredible pies, you name it, for Thanksgiving. But I wouldn't want to feel that crazy sluggish feeling that everybody feels on Thanksgiving. So I would take little slivers. I would eat my turkey. I'd eat the different sides. And then when it came to desserts, do you overload on desserts and feel horrible about yourself? Or do you go out to eat and have such huge portions that you just want to unpop your waistband because you feel like, let's just say it, you feel like crap. And then you don't sleep well. That's the other thing. Are you eating really bad at night, an hour before you go to bed, and then you have restless sleep? You're kicking and turning, and then you wake up in the morning, you got to go off to work, and you're groggy, you're sluggish, you have no energy. Well, that's because of the patterns that you are making. Okay, there's a lot of things. We kind of jumped into the topic, not necessarily giving you options and tools of making better choices, but kind of just painting the picture of the way your life might look. Does this sound like you? Am I literally describing your life? I bet you there's a lot of you that are saying, that sounds like me, Monica, and I need to change. I am not happy with this. The other point is, are you and your spouse overweight? And then the kids are looking at that. Then suddenly the kids are overweight. Well, then something needs to be changed with the entire family. And I want you to get the kids involved, by the way. So I see some topics coming in. And we've got our topic about eating healthier lined up and ready to go for you. So I want you to grab a piece of paper. I want you to grab your journal, grab a pen if you can. If you're driving, then please just listen, take it in, absorb it. And then maybe later today, maybe at lunchtime, when hopefully you're making better choices, or later this evening, go back to this show, use it as a resource, and maybe bookmark this show. And forever know that, hey, if you're slipping a bit, that you can come back to it. By the way, coming up in an hour on the audio podcast platforms, we have a new show dropping for you, and that is about paying it forward. So wherever you get your audio podcast, whether it's iTunes or Spotify or Apple iTunes, Spotify, or iHeartRadio, those are some of the bigger ones. We started exactly 4 weeks ago today, being able to drop so that the entire world can hear, okay, if they're just looking for the audio side. So that will be in about 45 minutes. You'll have another show. So if you want to continue taking in the positivity, paying it forward, that drops for those of you that missed that show. You can let others know if they don't have Facebook or they don't want to watch on YouTube, that they have an opportunity to listen to that, okay? So we've got a lot to talk about for you in the next 45 minutes. Take a quick break for you. Grab your pen and paper. We've got some good tools, good tips for you when we return. Envita Health and Wellness, where you can feel your best both inside and out. Envita isn't your typical med spa. They're a multi-specialty medical spa and wellness center serving St. Louis and its surrounding areas. They have ketamine for mental health and pain, IV therapy, medical weight loss, and aesthetics treatments. As board-certified anesthesia providers, Envita can ensure that their advanced treatments are provided safely with minimal to no pain. So let Envita take care of you. Call 314-394-0950 to book an appointment, or online envitahealthandwellness.com.
Carroll House is now the contemporary furniture design center.
We now have the largest selection of the latest ultra-modern furniture.
Sleek European designs, unique metals, bold lacquers, plush fabrics, and retro styles.
Modern furnishings with exclusive collections only at Carroll House.
Plus free financing, free delivery and setup, and free in-home design.
Visit the St. Louis Center for Contemporary Design inside our 3.5-acre showrooms at Carroll House.
Because you like nice things.
Warm weather, sand beaches, and boats galore. It's not Florida, it's a Lake of the Ozarks. Florida Direct Palm Trees brings tropical flair to your patios, docks, and yards. From a few feet all the way to 25 feet, there are palm trees for every property. Florida Direct also provides palm tree potting soil, palm fertilizer, large decorative pots, and a wide selection of locally grown tropical flowers and plants to add the perfect accent to your tropical paradise. Florida Direct Palm Trees, bringing paradise to your patio for 14 plus years.
You know, of course, it's great to get outside and enjoy the warm weather, but when it's time to relax indoors, be sure your home stays cool with equipment and service from my friends at Aldon. 24-hour emergency service available. At Aldon, it's their commitment to continue providing above and beyond HVAC service for all of their customers. They truly care about the air you breathe. Call them today at 314-567-5585 or on the web, aldon.com. That's al-don.com, 314-567-5585. Well, welcome back. It is a Thursday. That means we're at home. It's the mobile Monica version, brought to you by our friends at Envita Health and Wellness. My hubby in the background. Good morning, hubby. Come say hi. Oh, come on. See how shy he is, everybody? I do enjoy being home on Thursdays. In fact, we talked about where I would be on certain days. And a lot of people said, I still want you to be at home because I want to see the dogs, want to see the hubby, want to see the real, authentic Monica Adams. So let me know if you're at home or if you're heading off to work. Do you do what I mentioned, which is to throw your earbuds in or throw your headphones in, or to have it go through your radio? Make sure that you're hooked up through the radio. So he's up, right? He's the one that's up and Adam, by the way. That would be up and Quentin. He got out. He's doing really good. He planted, actually, he did all this sod, and he's very, very big on his grass. How many of you are married to or have boyfriends? That's their thing, isn't it? They love to have a beautiful lawn, and I admire and respect that in him. So he knows the importance of getting up and getting the sprinklers going. My friends have said, why doesn't he just get an irrigation system? He's like, no, that's too expensive. I'm just going to get out here and throw my sprinklers on. We got to get out after this and do the palm trees. trees. You just heard about the incredible palm trees. We have some here from Florida Direct Palm Trees. They are incredible. And we were going to have Greg and Lori on our show. However, they are so busy with delivering all these palm trees that I think it's going to, hopefully in the next week or so, we'll talk to them. And I can't wait to do so because there's so many people that didn't realize that you could have these kind of tropical plants. We've got the birds of paradise and the palm trees in our backyard. And it just makes you feel like you're at a resort. It makes you feel like you're on vacation. It's that feeling, that mindset of forever being on vacation. And isn't that what we want? Because when you go on vacation, aren't you in the best mood? Well, that's what I want you to find your way to that just on a daily basis. So let's go back and see some of our comments. Anne said, good morning. Have a great day. Thank you for the great topic. Absolutely. Oh, Michelle said she went and got her panels done yesterday and anxious to see what they find and how they can help get her menopause body back on track. See, very important. Whether you're a man or a woman, men actually really need to know if they're starting to get sluggish. My husband keeps talking about this, and I keep asking him. Dr. Sarah Franco even said, you have to get Jim to come in because I think it would be an aha moment of the things that he might be struggling with regards to energy. And he feels like he's losing some strength. And that's what happens when their testosterone levels are low, by the way. So we're going to give you a lot of different tips today to get you to your best self. So yes, Michelle brought up a great point. I've talked about panels. I told her she needed to go. She did. Sarah wrote the script for her. She went and had her panels done. And now she's going to be able to get treated by the staff at Envita Health and Wellness. They do a lot of things, obviously. We're going to talk with a patient by the name of Gilbert that hopefully should be airing next Tuesday. Instead of being live for 4th of July. I know a lot of you have a lot of plans with family. You're probably not going to get up early. So we figured that. So we're probably not going to be live for you. Or I should say, we're not going to, because I talked to my videographer, my director, my engineer. He's not planning on working on the holiday, even though I was going to. But he's like, no, I think my wife would kill me. I need to be there. So we won't have a live show next Tuesday, but I'm going to schedule a show that I want you to be able to see. And I'm hoping that that will be the one. So it's Gilbert, who is going to tell you about how his life has absolutely changed with regards to the ketamine treatments. He had so many surgeries. He said he could probably avoided 12 surgeries if he would have known about ketamine very early on. So that will air on Tuesday. Let's see. Wow, Marilyn, you go, girl. So proud of you. Uh-oh. Let me see here. Marilyn, that's amazing. There we go. That is incredible. You know what? Thank you. My first retreat, watching you every day and your inspiration. I made the retreat my trigger point and starting point. My friend introduced me to her program. As you know, my life is very busy and working full-time in sales and my social life and siblings. I am going to check something for a second because I want to make sure we're still on here. Let's see. Let me know if we are still on because it looks like our numbers dropped down. Oh, yes. It says waiting for live video signal. That's not good. Did I lose you all? Okay. It looks like we might be back. That's weird. I'm into a hard line. See, my director said, oh, it says the video's ended. Holy cow. Folks, I will come back on my phone if that's the case. Darn it. Let's see here. Did we lose internet? Oh, yeah. Looks like it. Oh, wait. It's connected again. Saw the numbers go down. I have nobody on. Okay, let's try to come back. Oh,